Hello guys, this topic is belong to cosine rules. In here, when and why we are using these cosine rules. First of all, the triangle must be not a right angle triangle. If there is a no right angle triangle, then how and where we can use the cosine rule. Sometimes in exam based question they will tell you use cosine rule, or you have to think which rule you can use, sine or cosine. In here, in a cosine rule, they must give you two side and one angle. Then definitely you can use a cosine rule. If they don't say, if they says with two side and one angle, you have to use sine rule, then you have to use a sine rule. So little bit of recap of a sine rule, when and why we are using a sine rule and the area of a triangle. The sine rule, same as it is. If I write down in here, sine of A over A side, sine of B over B side, and sine of C over C side. When we're finding an angle, if you're finding a side, then A over sine of A, B over sine of B, and C over sine of C. If I draw a triangle here, A side, B side, C side. When they're finding an area of a triangle, then you can use, previously we have used with the finding a height, but you can use like a half if two sides are given. If one side is given, then you have to find out other way. So if two sides are given, must be two sides are given. If these two sides are given, for example, if this side given, and this angle given, then what you have to do, if this side is given and this side is given, then this angle must be given. Then you have to use half A side times C side and times sine of this angle, B angle. Right? If the second thing given, like if these two sides are given, then what to do? If I can draw here, if this side is given and that side is given, then this angle must be given. So you can use this formula, half times A, this side times this side, times sine of angle C. If they give different side, then if that's giving this side and this side, then you have to use this angle. This angle must be given. Then you have to use 2 times B times C times sine of angle A. This is the other way to find out area of a triangle. If they're giving two sides and one angle, then you must have to use this condition to find out an angle. If I just write down, if I write down in here, if they said that this angle is given 30 degree, right? This side is given 4 centimeter and this side is given 5 centimeter. Then which will you use? Of course we will use that value, because we have A 4, we have C 5, we have sine 30. Then we have to apply these value, half times 4 times 5 times sine of 30 degree. So that cancel with that. So we go 10 times what is the value of sine 30? Last time I showed you how to find out the value of 30 sine. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And we can find out the value of, in here, 30 degree. We can say that, we can say that for 1 over 2, so which is half, and that becomes 5 centimeters squared. This is the angle of a area of a triangle, 5 centimeters. That's more easier. So now we are going towards cosine rule, and there are 3 formula to find out a sine, angle or a side. They must give you 2 sides and 1 angle and 1 angle. So if they are giving you 2 sides and 1 angle, and how to find out a side? When you're finding out sides, then when you can find out third side. 4 sides. These are 3 formulas. If they're giving you side, we need to find out. If I can draw here, put it here, just cancel it. If they said that need to find out that angle, then so that angle finding out, so that becomes a squared, other 2 angles, b squared plus c squared minus 2bc. Yes, if you're finding this side, then this angle must be given. So other 2 side, b square plus c square minus 2bc and cos of a. That's why we are using cosine rule. This is the formula. Second thing, if we are finding different angle like a b angle, this one we need to find out, then this side we need to find out, this angle we can use it. And now we can work out how to find out angle a. Then we can easily find out by using this function. I can first draw the whole values with the sides and then come back to the angles. B squared, then other 2 sides, a squared, c squared minus 2ac cos of b. Same as it is, c squared, a squared, b squared minus 2ab or cos of c. These are the sides. How we can find our sides? Then if we come back to finding an angles, then we have to use same thing and rearrange the equation to find out cos of a. And then I can rearrange. The other I can do 1, and then other 2 you do by yourself. So now here you can see this value is negative. If we bring that value on the other side, so that becomes positive. If we put this is positive, if we can put this value on the other side, then it's gonna be negative. Just like when you can say that you can add or subtract, so that comes in here, so that becomes 2bc cos of a. Right, that remove. What's remaining here? B squared plus c squared. That was positive. If we're sending on the other side of equal sign, that becomes negative. So now in here, this value, they are multiplying. We have to divide on both sides. So cos of a is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc. But we need to find out an angle. when we need to find an angle, so angle A is equal to cos, go on the other side, cos of inverse and this function. If you need to find out angle through cosine rule, then you must have three sides available. If you have three sides available, then you can easily find out angle. So now we are moving to questions. This is triangle. ABC is a triangle. This is side is this, and angle is C angle is given 55 degree. The question is, calculate the length of A and B, which is side, it's called C. We need to find out that. Now you can see we have two sides, and between two sides we have one angle. So now we have to use a cosine rule. We can write down here using cosine rule. When you're using cosine rule, then you can see which formula you will use. You need to find that side. So it's mean you can say that C squared equal A side is A squared, B cross that one, that's B side, this is A side, B squared minus 2 of AB multiplying cos of between angle C. Now we have to put values in this formula to find out the value of C. A is 6, so 6 squared. B is 7 squared minus 2. A is 6 times 7 times cos of 55 degree. So that becomes 36 add 49 minus 6 times 7 is 42 times this 84 times. We need to find out cos 55. Cos 55 degree, which is 0.73. Then multiply by 84. This is 48. And we can add or subtract, that becomes 50, 85. Which is 36.819. C squared. This is C squared. Now we need to find out square root. When you find out a square root, you have to select which is C value is 6.067 centimeter. If they said that up to one decimal place, that becomes 6.1 centimeter. This is the answer. They always will be positive because these are the side. So that's how we can work out the value of a third side. So now if we have three sides, then how we can find out an angle? There is another question. So one side, B side across B is 7.1 centimeter, A side across A which is 4.8 centimeter, and C side across C which is 5.2 centimeter. Now they will ask you, can you find out the angle A? You need to find out the angle. Find angle A and area of triangle. So if we can find out angle A, then we easily find out the area of triangle by using the formula. So first of all, which formula we will use? We need to find out angle this value. Last time I told you, if you're finding this angle, then which formula use? Using cosine rule. So you have to remember all the cosine rules. So we are using this one, cos of A, this angle across A, right? So we have to, when they comes across A, then other two sides squared. So other two sides are B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2 times B and C. Just like here, if you find this, then two sides square, adding, subtracting third side. Next, 2 times this side will divide. Same as it is if you need to find out that time, this square minus this squared divided by 2 times A and B. If you're finding B side, then this square take away this square divided by 2 times of A and C. So just you need to remember these things. Now I can put these value in this formula to find out cos of A first, and then secondly, after, find the area of a triangle. B squared is 7.1 C minus A Now work out the values. So let's see. 7.1 squared which is 50.41 plus 2 times 7.1 times 5.2. So we got the value 0.7368. So this is the value. Now we can write down cos of A is equal to 0.7368 and A is equal to cos inverse. We have to find out inverse function by pressing shift button on calculator and then find out the value. Shift cos of, we got the value is 42.53 degrees, but we have to select up to one decimal place, then we can say that 42.5. so just write down here 42.5 degree 1 dp decimal place. So I can write down here 42.5 degree. This is angle. Now the second bit part is called area. How to find the area? We have to use a formula now. I can remove this one. Need to find out area now. Area of triangle ABC. So the formula I told you, half times two sides. Two sides, if you are selecting one angle is given, then these two sides you have to select. So B side and C side. And then between that one, sine of angle A. So we need to put these value in this formula. So 1 over 2 times B is 7.1 times C is 5.2 times sine of 42.5 degree. Then we need to find out inside area, this side, all area covered by. So we have to put values in the calculator and to find out. So that becomes three values becomes 18.46 times sine of that value 40 sine of 42.5, which is 0.675 times by that value. So that becomes 12.471 centimeters squared, because both are centimeters, centimeter and centimeter, that becomes a squared. So up to one decimal place, so 12.4, and this is the decider. So this is 5 or more, then we have to add one value in here. That becomes 12.5 centimeters squared. So this is the answer. So I hope you like the video, and just do more practice on these questions and remember this formula. This is a higher tier GCSE, and you can get grade 7, 8, 9 easily if you remember these formulas, because the question comes every time in an exam. So thank you very much.